This is the human heart. Central to our physical body, our survival, revered by poets throughout history as the emotional center of our being. The place we instinctively touch when asked to point to ourselves. And now, what we have known intuitively is being understood scientifically. Researchers are unlocking a new science of the heart that could change everything we know about health and our interconnected nature. Coherence is a state of balance between heart, mind, and emotions, creating a favorable cascade of neural, hormonal, and biochemical events that benefit the entire body. But this phenomenon not only benefits us personally, it affects everything around us, emitting an electromagnetic field that can be measured up to 3 feet outside of the body. When you are in coherence, your heart resonates at the same frequency as the Earth's magnetic field. This frequency positively affects everything around you. When a group of people are in coherence together, this effect is magnified. Could communities synchronized in coherence lower violence, accelerate cooperation, and global harmony? This is the purpose of the Global Coherence Pulse. If we can measure the impact of thousands of people in coherence at the same time, it could lead to a breakthrough in understanding the full potential of the human heart. All you need to participate is your presence and your heart. To take it to the next level, join the research study by downloading the app and getting an HRV monitor to measure your personal coherence. The world needs it more than ever before. Each human heart is unique and magnificent by itself. But imagine what could be possible when we unify.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Global Coherence Pulse. I'm joined today by Manose, who you can see up there, Roland, Mccrady. Roland, nice to have you. And Claudia Wells is also joining with us. And what you saw in that video, that's happening right now. People are gathering all around the world for this very potent solstice moment. I've been hearing so many beautiful gatherings. We'll share some at the end of this call that you can join over this solstice window. And for us to be starting today, kind of at the beginning of the solstice weekend, and broadcasting the field with love. That's our intention for today. Is such a perfect beginning to this incredible moment. And one thing I love about solstice, and I've always thought about this, is on the other side of the planet, the people on the southern hemisphere, they're entering into summer solstice. And for me, I imagine that they're, opening to receive and radiate more light and love. And on our side of the planet, where I'm at, it's the winter solstice, and it's a time of going inward and releasing anything that we need to release and coming into that place of stillness so that we can receive more love and more light. And it helps me to feel like I can really go deep when I know my brothers and sisters on the other side of the planet are opening and radiating and receiving the light so that I can go deeper. And my going deeper, our going deeper, helps them to hold, radiate, and receive more light. So I love that. I love the wholeness of our unity and what it provides us so that we can actually really have a huge impact with the power of our love. And before I turn it over to Roland and Claudia and Manose, who are going to take us on this beautiful meditation today, I just want to thank all the people who have joined us over the last 9-10 months now that we've been pulsing the field with heart-centered coherence. I see there's a lot of new people today. I'm really excited that you're coming here for the first time, but thank you. Thank you. I feel like we've had a huge impact on the field, and I know that doing this every single month together has certainly enriched and impacted my life. So I just want to say again, thank you. We're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep growing these islands of coherence, and we're really going to have a huge impact on shifting the world, healing and evolving ourselves and each other. So Roland, I think you're going to start us off today. And Roland, we know Roland Mccrady with the HeartMath Institute. Thank you for being here, Roland, and look forward to hearing what you have to share.
Great, thanks, Teresa. And it's wonderful being the, I guess, leading the last pulse of the year. I think we started the first pulse together, and a good way to wrap up the year. Well, I'd like to start by thanking all of you who have been participating in the Global Coherence Pulses, and especially those of you that have been using the Global Coherence app during the pulses, even if you don't have a sensor. That lets us get a sense of where you are and who's really there helping pulse the field. And as many of you who have listened to some of my science talks know, here at the HeartMath Institute, we've been doing research focused on global interconnectivity, in that I often say that what we feed the field matters. It has real, measurable consequences, not only for our own health and well-being, but on others, and even the standing wave of planetary consciousness. The HeartMath Institute started the Global Coherence Initiative many years ago, and it's focused on the study of global interconnectivity and consciousness. And we've installed a global network of ultra-sensitive magnetometers all around the planet. And these monitor the resonant frequencies in the Earth's magnetic fields. Now, I'm not going to do a science lecture today, but the results of some of these studies, which I've covered in previous pulses and some of the interviews that Teresa's done, have shown a profound connection between the Earth's magnetic fields and humanity in general. And some relatively new news, I'm actually honored to tell you that Dr. Roger Nelson, who founded the Global Consciousness Project a little over 20 years ago, has asked the HeartMath Institute to become the new home base for this important endeavor, which he started at Princeton over 2 decades ago. The results have clearly demonstrated that collective consciousness can have a measurable effect in the physical world. However, we believe that now is the time to go even further in the scientific exploration of global interconnectivity of all living systems. So in collaboration, we're in the process of developing a substantially more comprehensive version, which we're calling GCP, or Global Consciousness Project 2.0. On another front, the Institute is also in the last stages of being able to roll out a global citizen scientist-based project that will monitor the electrical potential of trees around the globe. The Global Tree Monitoring Network will provide another probe for assessing changes in the global field environment in response to our collective heart radiations and intentions into the global consciousness field. Now, our intention is to combine all of these globally focused networks to enable a new generation of research into the effects of global consciousness and interconnectivity. For example, we'll be able to conduct studies where we all use the Global Coherence app, which provides physiological monitoring and a measure of our coherence of large numbers of people together who are feeding the planetary field, who are sharing coherent intentions and emotions while we simultaneously monitor the effects in physical devices with the Global Consciousness Project, the 2.0 system, living systems such as trees, and the Earth's energetic field environment. So I'm confident together that we can lift consciousness of humanity, one of increased care, kindness, and compassion for each other, especially in these times of change and uncertainty. So here at the HeartMath Institute, we believe that now is the opportune time for shifting to increased cooperation and harmonious interactions with each other, other cultures, and all of Earth's creatures. That's why we are pursuing our interconnectivity research. And it's truly an international effort that seeks to facilitate the shift in global consciousness from instability and discord to compassionate care, cooperation, and increasing peace. So my commitment in 2021 is to continue our efforts to scientifically show how we are all truly interconnected, and most importantly, inspire growing numbers of people to feed the field with more love, kindness, and cooperation. So Claudia, I'm going to turn it over to you for this point, and let you share your message.
Thank you. Thanks, Roland. So happy to be following you as a part of HeartMath and Global Coherence Initiative and the Institute of Noetic Sciences, who's one of the collaborators on Global Consciousness Project 2.0. So it's so great to be with everyone again today. Thank you, Teresa, for that beautiful introduction. A reminder to all of you that if you are on the GCI app today, we're asking that you join us in the global group, not the global pulse group. And while you're doing that, Roland's comments remind me of how Roger Nelson of the Global Consciousness Project says that we respect the tentative place that this science occupies right now on the way to learning more about how these things work. And meanwhile, we get on with doing the right thing, which in the case of the pulse is not only adding our coherent heart energy to the collective field of coherence, which is the most important thing, but also helping one of the main storytellers of our time, mainstream science, tell the new story of the world-changing power of the human heart. We just need to mobilize more coherent energy to get this story out of the tentative place that it's in. And I'd like to briefly share something that Dr. Julia Mossbridge shared with me a couple of weeks ago. Julia is one of our science fellows at the Institute of Noetic Sciences, or IONS, and she shared that to her. Science isn't a noun, but is a verb. That science is being in a state of humility and seeking deeper understanding by having a conversation with the universe. And that by this definition, science is her spirituality. And I'm sharing that now because, you know, the Pulse is also a citizen science initiative. We're citizen scientists because we dare to be in a state of humility and seek deeper understanding by having an energetic conversation or energetic exchange with the universe through our own hearts. And while science has been largely off limits to non-experts since the scientific revolution, we are reclaiming science through our own inner authority to help it demonstrate once and for all the power of the human heart, especially the collective human heart, in shifting perceptions and our vibrations that give shape to our personal and collective realities. And then, with the help of science, through its unique ability to test our assumptions and intuitions about this power in a way that has rigor, science can validate those intuitions. In the words of French philosopher Teilhard de Chardin, I shared this before on this call, he said, someday, after mastering the winds, the waves, the tides, and gravity, which science has mostly already done, humankind will harness the energies of love. And for the second time in the history of the world, we will have discovered fire. That's why the Pulse is partnering with the Global Coherence Initiative and the Global Consciousness Project. So we can help bridge the gaps between philosophy, wisdom traditions, mysticism, and science toward a unified understanding of how our hearts can truly shift this world. There's decades of scientific evidence that consistently suggests that when we come together in collective coherence, we're affecting aspects of physical reality in measurable ways. That when we come together in a critical mass of the embodied frequency of love, we have the possibility of shifting the entire collective to greater coherence. And this points to a very different reality than the one we're told now that we live in based on separation. And it's not that mainstream science, that materialist science is wrong, because that science got us to the moon and back and now has us setting our sights on Mars. That science works. And that's why it's so hard to transcend it. It's not wrong, it's just incomplete. And we're helping to expand it, to complete it. Many of the founders of quantum mechanics were interested in mysticism. Edgar Mitchell, the founder of IONS, Apollo 14 astronaut and sixth man to walk on the moon, believed that there was no such thing as natural or supernatural, just huge gaps in our understanding of what natural is. I have shared on the call before that he also believed that love is the organizing principle of the entire universe. And we know from heart math that through energetic coherence, love is the organizing principle of our own bodies and our own lives. And I think that's how we're able to have this conversation with the universe. So let's go ahead and have one now together. And to assist us with this, again, we have the beautiful Manose. Manose, will you please take us into that space?
Namaste. Namaste. What an honor. Thank you. Thank you so much. Roland, Claudia, Teresa, and all of you, all amazing heart. I can feel your pulse, and I'm getting so excited. Wow. Wow. Nepali language, where I grew up in Kathmandu, heart, you call it mutu, M-U-T-U, mutu. Mutu is heart. So I keep you in my mutu. I keep you in the mutu, and I feel your mutu. I feel your pulse, and whatever you guys said, it's just so right. You know, it's so right. Buddha is coming very close, strong right now for me. The mantra, Buddham Saranam Gacchami. I take refuge into Buddha. Buddham Saranam Gacchami. Dhammam Saranam Gacchami. Dhamma. I take the refuge in the teachings. The teachings, what you just channel is the teachings. And Sangham Saranam Gacchami means I take refuge into the community, all the pulse you guys have created all over the world. That's your community. That's our community to change the humanity and claim our love against fear. No. So I have a song for you. This is something very simple as we are entering into holidays here. It goes like this. Please join. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Sometimes soft, sometimes strong. This is how we sing our song. Sometimes soft, sometimes strong, sometimes This is how we sing our song. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Time is but a dream. We row a boat upon a stream. Time is but a dream. We row a boat upon a stream. This is how we pass our day. Petals fall upon the waves. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Sometimes soft, sometimes strong. This is how we sing our song. Oh.
Bless you, Manose. Roland's going to lead us into coherence meditation today.
Thank you, Manose. I think that was the perfect song and frequency for setting us up for the meditation, which is really all about broadcasting love into the field environment today. You know, and just before we start to meditation, I think just reflecting now on the holidays that we're in and that are coming up for most of us around the world. These times can magnify our care, kindness, and connection. Yet they can also magnify energies of separation, like blame and chaos, emotional instability. And it's helpful to make heart commitments to add compassion, kindness, patience, and latitude as we interact with family members or others, and even with ourselves, which we often forget. From my perspective, love is intelligence. As Claudia says, Edgar Mitchell talked about, and I agree, it's the intelligence that organizes the universe and us. And it's the core frequency that unifies and lifts people's perceptions above separation. When our heart, mind, and emotions are in alignment and not in conflict with each other, this makes it easier to sense our heart's intuitive direction for more effective choices and guidance. Now, there are many personal and collective benefits from practicing intentionally radiating love. It has an accumulative effect that helps us increase our initiative to act on important intentions and commitments as we go into the new year that are often challenging to get started or follow through on. And as we practice sending love for a while, this creates more of an automatic tendency to precede our upcoming interactions from a more loving spirit. And this results in more harmony and a lot less stress in our relationships. And sending love also helps soften the energetic field around us and puts a softener into the planetary field. That makes it easier for others to access their own heart and experience deeper resonance and genuine connection. So the collective practices of radiating love, such as we're doing in the Global Coherence Pulses, creates a stronger heart field environment across the planet. And this collective heart power, still in its early stages, but it's on the rise, often because of the increased stress and desperate need for solutions that the mind without the heart just can't deliver. We're running out of ways to find happiness and peace without opening our hearts to getting along with each other through kindness, cooperation, and a respect for our cultural differences. This is a job for love that just can't be substituted. So as we begin the meditation, realize that we may not always feel the love. The feeling modulates at times, and that's okay, but it's your and our sincere intent that eventually increases our level of effectiveness and sets up a baseline for radiating love to become more automatic. So to begin the meditation, let's take a couple of minutes to breathe in the feeling of love or appreciation that you have for someone or something that you care about. Just breathe that feeling of love, unconditional love, through the area of the center of your chest, through the heart area. And most of this meditation is going to be silent, but I'll take us through a couple of different steps and phases. So let's just take the first couple of minutes here to breathe the feeling of love or appreciation through the area of the heart. Now feel your heart connecting with others across the planet who are also sending love and compassion into the energetic field to help raise the heart vibration of humanity and reduce the collective stress. And as I do this personally, I'm looking at the map in the Global Coherence app, and it's just amazing to see all of you and the points of light all around the planet, all through Europe, Russia, Afghanistan, Japan, Iraq, Australia, Canada, Peru, Brazil. I mean, just people are joining us from all around the world now. So let's just feel our hearts connecting with them as we all collectively send love and compassion into the energetic field. Now I would like to invite you to make a commitment during this meditation to broadcast or radiate love to people, situations, or issues during and in between activities. Do this as often as you can remember. So we don't just do this today as we're pulsing, but we make this a way of life. Practice broadcasting love that you feel and know that this is contributing to the highest, best outcome for all. So just make that inner commitment to radiate love during and in between activities, and to do this as often as you can remember. Just set that intention. Ask your heart for the inner prompter, our intuitive inner prompter, to come in and remind us. Now next, we'll take the next 15 minutes or so, and let's just radiate our collective love and compassion to help ease political and social divisiveness and to people suffering or weary from the pandemic. So all just collectively radiate our collective love and compassion. And then as your own heart guides you, ask your heart to direct some of the love from the pulse we are doing together to other global stressors that you care about or are close to your heart. And as we start to come back, let's ask our hearts to set up an inner prompter to help us remember to broadcast or radiate love for a minute or two in between and during activities, during the day, and whenever you can think of it. Just breathe in and radiate love wherever you are, shopping, on the phone, watching the news, with family or friends, anywhere that you might be. And let's all commit to moving forward together as we enter into the new year. A year when increased care in our interactions with each other can make a significant difference. We can do more than we think to reduce our personal and collective stress through these challenging times. And as the founder of HeartMath, Doc Childry, likes to say, we can go to our hearts and create, not wait for something to get better. Thank you.
Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Please repeat after me. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Let's keep this amazing, powerful mantra in our hearts forever. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free from suffering. And my own action, some ways contributes to that. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. 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 Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu Peace within, peace within, peace within, peace within, peace within. For all, love within, love within, love within. For all.
Mm. Thank you so much, Manose and Roland, for that beautiful meditation, and everybody that's on the call right now, and everybody around the planet that's opening their heart and pulsing as we enter into this solstice weekend. That was just so sublime and beautiful, and it's amazing how much we can open our hearts when we're all doing it together. Claudia, I wonder if you and Roland might want to offer up some words following the meditation, and I'm going to put some links in the chat, and then after that we'll share some of the other amazing events that our partners are doing before we close today.
Sure. Roland, thank you. And HeartMath, everyone behind the words to that meditation, thank you for all your knowing and your science to back it up. Manose, thank you. The frequency of coherence is forever flowing through you and bringing us along with you, and we're so grateful that you are part of the pulse. I would just add that there were a couple of questions in the Q&A that I'd like to share with everyone, because I don't think everyone is going in there. And one is from a 15-year-old from Philadelphia who said that everyone around him or her claims that this is pseudoscience nonsense, and was asking to what extent are these techniques backed by science. And what I shared was that these techniques are backed by mainstream materialist science. And if you visit the Global Coherence Initiative resources page, you'll see tons of research there that's been published in mainstream science journals. So you can show those to the people who are trying to dissuade you. And then there was another question about, does breathing through the area of the heart mean chest breathing? Because they heard that diaphragmatic breathing was ideal. And my response to that is that breathing through the area of the heart includes the diaphragm, but it really means placing your attention on your heart with each breath, because when we put our attention on any part of the body, that part experiences physiological changes, because attention moves energy. So we're energizing the heart with our attention. And when the heart moves into coherence, it organizes our optimal breathing for us. So that's really what I wanted to share before we leave, and thank you all for joining us. I'm just so grateful with the number of people that went on the app and stayed on the app through the meditation. That was fantastic. And I think next time we do a meditation in generative silence, we'll maybe ring a bell or a bowl every few minutes so people know we're still live, because I think some people were wondering. But I find the silence really, really beautiful, as well as the music. They have different qualities. And thank you all so much, and happy holidays, happy New Year's, happy solstice.
Great. Thanks, Claudia. I would, as I end all of my presentations these days, I'm kind of known for it, I would invite all of you to just pause throughout the day and ask yourself, what am I feeding the field? Because as I said earlier, it counts. What we feed the field matters. And just ask yourself, what's the ratio of compassion, compassionate latitude, appreciation, these types of feelings that we're radiating into the field versus maybe frustrations or anxieties and fears, or just impatience because our to-do list isn't getting done fast enough. So that would be my invite. And of course, if we find that we're feeding the field maybe a little bit too much of frustration and impatience, we make a shift. We go to the heart and shift that throughout the day. So thank you all for joining us.
Thank you. Manose, what about you? How about share some words from your heart?
What can I say? All I can say is hallelujah. And the word hallelujah is the expression of that divine love. You know, when you say sing Om, or you say Allah, or you say whatever, you're expressing that that calling of divine within. You guys are doing amazing job. I mean, it's not a job, but you're doing God's work. Yeah. So thank you so much. I mean, I am just so grateful to have people like you that lives in my community, and I get so much benefits out of this. So thank you so much. And anything I can do, just let me know.
Manose, will you put a link to, I think every Sunday now you're doing a session at 11:11. Is that what time you do yours? Where you're sharing your love and you're sharing your music. And I know that there's a really beautiful following, and it's
Oh, thank you so much, Teresa. Well, you know, I've been traveling for the last 20 years. You know, I've gone basically all over the world. You know, now I'm locked in the home. That's such a great opportunity to go inwards. So that's what I'm doing every week. In my social pace, I just go out and be myself. So, and it's been wonderful. Thank you.
yeah.
Every Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific time and California time. Thank you for mentioning that.
Manose, will you put a link in the chat for us? And
I don't have any link. It just
your Facebook page. I'll do it. I'll put a link in the chat. And I put a bunch of links in the chat because there's a lot of beautiful things happening with many of our partners. And I'm just going to take a moment as we close the call to show you what's happening. And then you have the links for that. So our partners at Global Days of Unity on the third Saturday of every month, just like they have their own pulse, the Uplift Pulse. And it is a kind of Q&A conversation. And today you can see they have Vavadi Lee and Kristen Hoffman, Scarlett Lewis, and Bruce Lipton. So that's happening later today at 5 o'clock. And then we have Saturday Night Alive, which is a variety show. And you can see they have a number of really wonderful guests tonight. That's at 6 o'clock p.m. tonight. Another fun thing, we helped to produce the Pulse back in November. It was really fun. It's a beautiful community. So I hope you'll join them. Then on Sunday, there's a beautiful lineup. Kristen Hoffman, who's been with us many times on the Global Coherence Pulses. She has a beautiful concert, highly recommended. Every time Kristen sings, I feel my heart just kind of like open and like little angel wings. There's something about her voice that just opens it up. And then the Global Days of Unity are hosting a special event with filmmakers Kimberly Gamble and Foster Gamble and some other friends. And they're going to be talking about what's next for humanity, creating a unified future. And then another front, I'm going to actually be doing a little pulse meditation on this future temple with Peter Opperman and the William Close and the Earth Harp. Should be a beautiful event. That's also in there, and that starts tomorrow afternoon at 4. So there's like stuff happening all day. And then in the evening, we have the Soul Salon from our friends over at Reimagine the 1%. Just Magic is going to be leading that, and also our friend True, the master of ceremonies. So that should be a beautiful event, and that's at 6 p.m. on tomorrow night. And then Monday, it just keeps going. Monday's the solstice, and Unify, one of our broadcast partners. I just want to say thank you again, Unify. Every month they're helping us pulse the field out, along with Awake TV and Earth Dance TV. And they're having a global meditation right at the pinnacle of the solstice at 10:22 a.m. I think they're starting their meditation at 10, so we can get settled and we'll all be connected, broadcasting love again there during the solstice. And then on Monday is actually our final solstice event. And this is a special event that we've co-created with Jude Curvin, Jane Corbett, Anne Marie, and Kristen Hoffman. And this will be a special attuning to the evolutionary flow of the universe through us. So this will be our final pulse event of the year. And we hope that you'll join us again. We've kind of bookend this solstice weekend with today's broadcasting of love, and we'll close the solstice with this beautiful solstice sync. And I just want to end by saying I love you all. These pulses mean so much to me. They really fill my heart with love, and I feel uplifted by our connection. And I know this year we're really going to be able to amplify what we've been doing. And as Claudia said, and with Roland with Heart Math and IONS and Global Coherence Initiative, we'll be able to start telling the story of the power of our collective love. So thank you all for being here today. I hope you enjoy all of the solstice blessings and know that what we did today had a huge impact on the field.
And Teresa, thank you. Thank you so much for all that you do for us and for everyone out there.
Thank you. Thank you, Claudia. Beautiful. Have a beautiful day, everybody. We'll see you over the next couple of days. Happy solstice.